Ian,
Yeah, what's up?
I have a brilliant plan for a podcast intro today.
Really?
Well, because when we post this, it'll be St. Patrick's Day.
Uh-huh.
So I do something like saying, "You're always after me, Lucky Charms," and then you respond to that.
Okay. Let's talk about this plan of yours.
Yeah, my plan.
I think it's good, except it sucks.
Oh.
So how about you let me do the planning, and then I think it might be better.
All right, dude, what's your plan then?
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
To the IT department, where we talked about.
today we're the IT department.
Yeah, we talked about the scary movie where the clown eats the boy's arm. I'm not.
No. We're not doing that.
Oh no, never mind. False alarm. End the podcast. Ending the podcast.
And, yeah, we'll just cut that short right there.
Yeah, cut that short, yeah.
All right.
We apologize for the inconvenience.
Yeah.
Well, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone who watches this on the day it's posted. Hopefully, mostly on the YouTube channel, on the website as well. Go to both of those. Comment below something like Ian is dumb or Hawkeye is the best Revenger.
That's always the go-to thing, isn't it, for you?
Yeah, Ian's
Just,
dumb,
yeah.
or right now, Hawkeye's the best Revenger, because Revengers are the superior Avengers.
Right.
Yes.
It's been firmly established.
It's firmly established.
Yeah, firmly established that.
What's your favorite team in Civil War? Because mine's Team Thor.
With Daryl?
Daryl. He's like, there's a scary man in the chair.
Yes. But anyway, yeah, welcome.
To the IT department.
Okay, if we could not do like just a repeat of what we just did for the past
fine.
minute.
Fine. Do you have anything for maintenance?
Update. I have decided to remove the Facebook page for our group. I think last time I checked, because Facebook gives you like a 30-day or no less than that deadline. It's like if you don't undo this, it will be gone forever.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, I think it said 8 days. It will
it
be
said 8
permanently removed.
So on the 24th, there'll be no longer a IT department Facebook thing.
Yeah.
So look up Sad Trombone and play Sad Trombone.
I guess, well, for the 4 people that checked whenever I posted stuff on there, I guess it'll be sad. But we're still on the Twitters.
Yeah, Ian does the Twitter more than me, honestly.
You mean the Facebook?
The Twitter. You share it to Twitter.
Oh, well, yeah, that when the YouTube upload already does that. You can check more. But yeah.
Yeah, I need to do that more. But
And I think,
no time.
In all honesty, Twitter is better for that than a Facebook group page.
Yeah.
If we just have a Twitter account.
The Twitter, it's easier for us to expand it.
It's much easier and,
yeah.
Streamlined, I think.
There's less typing involved.
So, yeah.
There's not.
The Facebook page will no longer be in existence.
I wonder if I type, would anything happen? Do you think anything would happen?
I would not risk it because
Okay.
something might happen.
Okay.
Let's not do that.
We're not going to risk it. Sorry, people. All right.
Let's talk about this plan here.
Not again.
Yeah.
All right. So move on to Earned,
Yeah, welcome to Research and Development, everybody. Once more.
where we talked about news and crap.
So what's the crap before we get to the news?
Ian. Ha.
Okay, we've got the crap out of the way. Moving on to the news.
All right. All right. So news. Who wants to go first?
Oh, go ahead, because I only have one thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
But you'll probably bring up other stuff, too. So.
All right. So yeah.
Handshake.
All right. Well, let's say handshake every time we handshake this episode.
Oh, please don't.
Handshake.
No.
Handshake. Handshake.
Handshake.
Handshake. All right. So first bit of news. Talking about Ready Player One, the most fan service movie in since The Force Awakens.
It's got a lot of pop culture. Yeah, for sure.
But still a lot of 80s culture. It was recently revealed by Warner Brothers that how a lot of this stuff isn't their property. Not
Yes.
even Back to the Future. That's Universal, and Warner Brothers has to the rights for it.
Yeah.
They refused rights to Star Wars. Spielberg cannot get the rights to Star Wars. Spielberg tried to negotiate. He didn't get it.
Well, that's kind of weird. Well, Well, it just is. I think maybe it would have gone better if George Lucas was still in charge.
Oh yeah, George Lucas
Because of,
loved
you know,
to do this crap out.
Because of course, well, not only that, George and Spielberg had been friends since the beginning of Star Wars,
since the
if
beginning
not
of time.
earlier. So yeah.
So yeah, it didn't go well. Spielberg, I think it's what I read. Spielberg was actually there when the negotiations happened because he's been working with Star Wars. He's worked with Star Wars. He worked with George. He knows how the thing's done. He probably expected, I'll get Star Wars. I don't know if it was in the book or not because it's based on a book. It probably was.
Well, here's the thing, Tim. When it comes to acquiring Star Wars within a movie like this, Jar Jar's the key to all this. If they can get Jar Jar working, I think that.
It's like poetry.
Sorry, I just had to throw that.
But what about Ryu driving the Speed Racer car?
Okay, well, talking seriously about Star Wars, I think it's actually better for the movie because it already has a lot of pop culture things in it.
Putting Star Wars in probably would just
and I think
fumble mess.
if they did put Star Wars in it, because we're getting so much Star Wars nowadays, that would have been like one more thing. It's like, okay, we don't need it here.
But have you seen the posters yet?
Oh, I've seen all kinds of artwork, and it's for the film.
Have you seen like the official posters where they based it off of other movies, film posters?
Well, as a funny aside, I'll go ahead and look that up here.
Yeah,
I looked for.
There's a Matrix poster. There's a Back to the Future posters. There's a ton of them.
Okay, so as an aside,
see, there's that one. There's that one.
Okay, which one is this based off of?
It's not based. That's just Back.
Okay.
Just Back to the Future.
Yep.
Iron Giant. That one's based off another classic '80s film. There's
which. Oh, okay. So there was a better look at that. Which one is this?
Is that Footloose? That might be Footloose, actually.
Probably. Okay, we'll go with that.
There's also a Rambo one, because like that one. Right
I
there.
see it. Okay.
There's a Matrix one. You have to look that one up if you can't find it. So there's that one, The Lost Boys. Can you hear this? We're staying close to the computer.
That's all right. It's picking you. Oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah.
So these are like all of these fan made.
Nope, these are all official.
Official. Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
And the internet hates them.
Why do they hate them?
Well, because it already has a reputation of like being super fan servicey already, and the fact that that's
risky business.
The one we thought was Footloose was risky business. I apologize to anyone that liked Tom Cruise.
To anyone who knew that beforehand.
To anyone that knew that Tom Cruise's middle tooth was in, what was the name again? I already forgot the name.
We're moving on.
Moving on. But yeah, the internet hates it because already the internet's like not super happy about fan service because we've done a lot of that from certain movies. Force Awakens and I'm still mad about that.
If you couldn't tell by if you've been with us since the beginning of this podcast,
I hate Force Awakens.
Tim's
I don't hate it. It's a good movie, but a bad sequel. That's what I'll put there.
Okay.
Good movie, but bad Star Wars movie. So yeah, there we go.
I see.
I see.
Superintendent.
But
well, what I was going to say is that that's just as an aside to that. I'd seen some for Stranger Things in the second season.
Mm-hmm.
I'd seen a lot of fans make like custom covers for the soundtrack.
Yeah.
That made it look like the soundtrack covers for like other '80s classic movies, and actually pretty good. And they, based off of what I just saw for the posters, it looked better than the posters because those are official. That looks like bad fan art.
Yeah,
to be
official.
honest.
So yeah, the internet.
I think they should have just stayed with their regular posters.
Yeah, the internet doesn't like fan service, and while I was looking at it during the stuff, I saw the people, like it was mostly complaints. People did not like it. People weren't happy. They already got mad about the whole other crap that like other movies have done for fan service. Like you got not only do you have Force Awakens, Jurassic World was a huge fan service half the time.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, like with Jurassic Park 2, even though it wasn't good, it still tried to explore new stuff.
Yeah, Lost World tried to, still do new things, even if it was not really all that closely related to what the book was.
Yeah.
Really at all, but,
The book was different. The book had characters.
Lost World wasn't a rehash of the, or tried to it didn't try to rehash, the original too much. Not really.
Yeah.
Because, it brought back certain characters, but I think...
Obviously, making
Yeah.
a sequel, you can't just go like, oh, none related at all.
Yeah, you have to have some relation, but, there's a difference between that and just, endlessly,
Looping
spoon feeding you with, it's like, hey, just a reminder of this is the franchise you love, take it.
Yeah, Force Awakens, same there. Literally, in an interview, J.J. Abrams said the 3 main planets of this movie are based off the 3 main planets in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
I was not happy about that.
Yeah, it's good.
And that was before I saw the movie. They were like, oh!
Tatooine, Hoth, and...
Endor.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
I never quite close, because I was connected Jakku and Tatooine. But I guess I never really could catch. There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But yeah, basically. But we already have enough desert planets. They introduced another one in The Last Jedi. The one Casino planet is actually a desert planet.
Yeah.
But they just have a giant artificial ocean because they're rich.
Oh, as you do.
As you do, because they're rich.
The amount of desert planets is...
Too high. And the only interesting, only one that's different from all of them is Geonosis. And
that's true.
And that's because it's Mars.
Mars with rings.
Mars with rings.
Mars with an asteroid belt.
Mars with an asteroid belt.
Yeah.
All right, so do you want to go with yours? Because we're kind of done talking about Ready Player One and start talking about fan service.
Yeah, sure. Did that come out today?
Those posters?
No, the movie. Or when does that come out?
It comes out 2 weeks.
Okay.
Anyway. 2 weeks for the podcast, at least. It comes out end of the month, I believe.
Yeah, okay.
Like the 29th. I think that's what the poster said.
I see.
I see.
I keep doing that now, and I actually don't like that.
See more.
Yeah, anyway.
I didn't do that, or did you have a different one?
No, the one bit of news I have is just like a little thing from comicbookmovie.com. It says a little explanation as to why you have not been seeing Hawkeye in any of the promotional material.
Hey, that's me.
Like
you watched our Marvel 10th anniversary episode. That's me.
Yeah, he's been on. That's right. And I'm what, Black Widow, right?
Yeah,
that's what I got.
We had that weird relationship for a while. And
yeah,
she found out I was married.
And then
And now I'm a war criminal.
Anyway.
Now we're all war criminals.
back to the thing.
We're all war criminals here.
So, director...
Which one? Which one the Russo brothers?
Well, both of them.
Both of them.
Are providing the explanation.
Dos Russos.
When asked about why we haven't really seen Hawkeye in any of the trailers or official posters, because, he was on the cover of, like, the Vanity Fair magazines, or, like, one of the covers.
So was Paul Rudd.
So was Paul Rudd, and...
No, that's
even then they were wearing costumes, because Captain America was wearing, like, his Winter Soldier outfit.
Yeah.
And he was clean-shaven, and never mind. But it's
Paul
just,
Rudd not in the just confirmed.
we're retconning all of this.
Yeah.
So here's what Joe Russo said. He says, coming out of Civil War, Hawkeye is in the same position that Cap and Falcon were at the end of that movie.
Yeah. Civil War.
Coming into this movie, the characters on Cap's side, coming out of Civil War, some made certain decisions and others made other decisions that led to different paths and them dealing with oversight in this movie in a different way. So Hawkeye's on his own journey in this movie. Now, that could be taken as like, wait, is he not in the movie? But he is, because Anthony Russo said he has a unique reaction to the Civil War situation that puts him in a special spot in this film.
So he's in the movie.
To Infinity War.
Don't we not see him until like the first 5 minutes, and then as Ian thinks he'll die.
I said what if. I didn't, like, when I say what if type of hypotheticals, I'm not being legitimate about it.
Ian's never hypothetical. He's always completely serious, down to the point. No hypotheticals there.
Every time.
Every time. All right. So you want to hear some news that I think you might like?
Give me news that I might like.
So, your favorite game of all time that released last year, Battlefront 2. Your favorite game right there.
Oh, right. Aren't the loot boxes just being replaced with microtransactions?
Well, what happened? They're bringing the microtransactions back
as they said they would.
As they said they would. But then the fans came back, and so they announced that by next week there'll be a free update with a completely new progression system, and they vowed microtransactions will never come back in this game. But it probably will.
They'll
sneak
There's just no trust. There's no trust there. They'll find a way to do something shady.
Is that the problem? Do we just have no trust for EA anymore?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they ship a product that's good on release. So like nothing big to fix afterwards. If they can get it on the day of release, full complete package, no shady business, then we can start talking.
Well, there's also like EA is a good example of this because they're just a bigger company. Mm-hmm. There's also one of my favorite video companies that does this, Paradox, that creators of like Hearts of Iron 4 and all that stuff. They have a game called Crusader Kings 2, which takes place between 1600 and 1200, around that area. It has over $200.
Did you mean to say that the other way around?
1600, 1200. AD. 600, 1200. That's what I mean.
Okay. It's like 1600 to 1200. It's like, whoa!
As you'll learn if you watch this, I am dumb.
It's a retro game.
I can't
in the
speak.
medieval.
In the, that area.
Go ahead, continue, please.
But it has over $200 worth of DLC. And then EU4 is the same problem. Hearts of Iron 4 got its third expanse this year, which adds some stuff that really should have been in the base game. But the worst examples are EU4, because if you buy the DLC, you won't know it's DLC or it was updates, because each time they do an update, they add a DLC. That's how Paradox works.
Oh, okay.
Or each time they release a DLC, they release an update. Yeah. So basically, like one guy, ISR Productions, one of my favorite YouTubers, was playing the game, and he noticed that the nation he was playing had a different color. And he was like, I really hope this wasn't a paid feature.
But going back to EA, I just saw a thing yesterday that EA makes you... There's DLC for the DLCs in Sims 4.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
There's, like, the thing
There's
where...
the pets and then...
Exactly, that thing.
The pets and then the pets...
Yeah, it's like in order to get this certain thing in a stuff pack, you needed to have the pets expansion pack.
Yeah.
So in order to get the DLC thing, you had to already have a DLC, and that was for a game that, again, Sims 4 was not really complete.
Yeah, Sims 4 was pretty bad compared to Sims 3.
So yeah, the thing is...
And Sims 3 also had expansions, but like, not stuff that should have been in the game.
Yeah, the thing is about it is if we want to start getting a more, we'll call it, stable relationship with Electronic Arts. Arts and big quotations. Then they got to do something right on release. So like, no more, oh, this is what the game's going to be like, in like E3 or in like any of the trailers, like, hey, this is going to be pretty good, and then they release it and players find out, or even in the case of Battlefront 2, players found out about the bullcrap even before it came out because of all, the beta builds. It was like, what's this going on here? So they can do something right on release, no shady business, it's a complete package, and then what they, DLC later does add new stuff that was not, that is actually new, that you can tell was not removed from the puzzle and added back in later, that, expands.
Yeah.
Then we can be like, okay, you're like listening now, you're like finally have a conscience and morals.
Mm-hmm. And as Donkey put it when he was reviewing one of his games of the year, was actually a DLC pack for Shovel Knight, which had a completely new story, completely new mechanics to the game, and they released 2 of them, and each one was in his game of the year.
Yeah.
And he said, if DLC was this good, EA would be my favorite company.
That's all they had to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to say I understand. I don't really understand, but
money.
Because I don't sympathize. I don't empathize. I don't do other.
You don't empathize because you're not like a big billionaire.
No, I don't. Yeah, they're just like, I recognize their business.
Yeah, that makes money.
But at the same time, it's just like, guys, this is.
I think
if the movie business was just, don't get me wrong, there is plenty of things out there in the movie business that are just like out there, like Transformers. Let's gross as much money as we can. But there's plenty of other filmmakers out there that are just like, I want to put on a good story, something that is significant, something like that.
Yeah.
Other than making money. And EA just does not know that, does not realize this.
The excuse I've heard is games are becoming too expensive to make.
Oh, that's a really...
And they aren't worth this $60 price, so they need to make more money.
No.
And then there's companies like that release their games for $40 and are fine.
And notice all of those sayings come from inside the companies that do the shady business.
Yeah.
And then like there's analysts that are outside of the gaming industry that are
Mhm.
just like, no, that's not how it works.
And another example of DLCs is with Breath of the Wild. It has 2 DLCs.
Mm-hmm.
One doesn't add much. It adds a feature. Honestly, the first one was just kind of a filler thing.
Mm.
Adds just some features that should have been in the game. Adds a bunch of new weapons. Adds a new section to the map. But the second one I've heard is really good because it adds a completely new story, completely new mechanics, and gives you a motorcycle.
I've heard this. Yeah,
I remember. Freaking motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
That you feed food to power. And I think we've talked about this before, but yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a little mini rant again. About that.
About that, yeah.
But yeah, I remember seeing something about that relating to Battlefront 2.
Oh yeah. All right, you ready? Do you have nothing else?
No, I'm good.
I have one final thing. So guess what movie releases this weekend?
What movie releases this weekend?
Or opens this weekend, I guess.
Or opens this weekend?
You didn't add that, I guess.
Well, I don't have a guess.
Oh, fine. Fine. No guess for Ian?
Wait. Is it something I would know?
Probably. It's based off a property. a video game property. That'll narrow.
Oh, Tomb Raider. Sorry.
Hey, there you go.
Jeez, I'm sorry.
And it has. It's already projected to make less money than Black Panther this weekend. And Black Panther's been out.
Yeah.
Black Panther's been out a month.
I wouldn't expect any movies releasing very soon to make as much money as Black Panther.
Well, not overall, but in the box office weekend.
I know,
So
but I still don't expect.
It's still less money than Black Panther.
I've also seen that it's been getting some mixed reviews as well.
Rotten Tomatoes released a list today that was on their website. I checked of their video game movies ranked by Rotten Tomatoes score.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go look at it real quick?
Yeah.
Because there's more than one 0%.
I'm certain of that. So
Just go to Rotten Tomato. Just
Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten.
Video game movies.
There's a list.
You want the 44 thing there?
I think it's 44. Yeah.
Ranked worst to best. Let's take a look here.
Tekken 2009 0%.
You can't even.
Name me a Tekken movie.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Pokemon.
Oh, I didn't know that Hitman got 15%.
That's hit why.
Yeah, that's right.
Super Mario Bros. Movie got 15%. There's only 2 pages, so.
Yeah, so.
The Pokemon movies are the ones that were released in theaters.
That's right. They had a Max Payne movie.
I didn't know this. What is Max Payne? It started with Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, it did.
Mila Kunis. Jeez Louise. And the Ratchet and
Assassin's Creed. Oh, jeez. I thought Assassin's Creed was higher than that.
See what the audience consensus is. That's the real, actual
oh man.
thing that matters.
Oh.
Ian broke his computer.
Yeah, this is like being very slow. Assassin's Creed is arguably better made and certainly better cast than most video game adaptations. Unfortunately, the CGI fueled end result is still a joylessly overplotted slog.
Well, nobody expected the Spanish Inquisition.
Well, what I thought about it was when I watched it that, if there was no Assassin's Creed, it is, on its own, I guess, kind of an engaging sci-fi movie.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say it was the best.
It didn't look the best.
No.
I didn't watch it. They made a Doom movie.
Doom in 2005.
The last Tomb Raider, 2001, starring one lady.
I was going to say, how many Resident Evil movies are they going to have on here?
There's 2. Wait, go back up. There was 2
Yeah, they
Tomb
made,
Raiders?
they made 2 Tomb Raiders, yes.
They made 2 Tomb Raiders.
Mm.
So
Yes,
it also starts... But that one got better than the first one.
That's interesting. Anyway.
And then Warcraft. Did you see that?
I did not see
I
Warcraft.
didn't see that either.
Um,
Dead or Alive. Oh, jeez, that must have been the greatest thing to watch. Not.
Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. Did you see Sands of Time?
I did.
Do you remember watching that?
I did. It was kind of confusing.
Yeah, a little bit. Angry Birds.
Angry Birds. That movie wasn't good. There was a Final Fantasy movie.
And then the highest ranked on video game movies is 50%.
Is it 50%?
For Resident Evil Vendetta.
Vendetta, which came out last year.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So I think
is the new Tomb Raider more based off of the new movies, or is it like mood games, I should say.
It's in certain ways, but it also tries to do some stuff on its own.
Okay.
I mean, when I saw the first trailer at it, I saw that it was taking that different kind of approach of the like this modern Lara Croft and modern Tomb Raider kind of look. And the lead actress I like. I know she can do good stuff, so I was like, hey, I know this person.
Well, I don't know people.
So, but based off of that list
Handshake.
that I just handshake, based off of that list that I just saw, chances are that will probably take the number one.
That's what I thought about
spot.
Angry Birds, though. When I saw Angry Birds, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a funny, silly kids movie, and because of that fact, it's gonna take number one, and it didn't.
No.
Number one is Vendetta, Resident Evil.
Well,
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil has rigged the system just due to the amount of movies that they've made. Hey, at least they're all in the top 20.
Yeah, I guess.
And that's just because of the saturation.
But is Resident Evil good anyway?
I'm sure that people will say that the games are.
I know the games are.
Some of the games are.
Most of the games.
Most of the
Not
games.
6. I heard 6 is bad.
Most of the games.
Or 5 is the greatest.
And
4 is supposed to be a masterpiece.
and then they would also.
It's a masterpiece.
And then they would also, I guess, like some of the Resident Evil movies, like maybe the first one, but I don't know.
But the 7th one was the Vendetta one.
I just choose to.
That's wrong. Zack Snyder made the real justice.
Let's talk about this plan of yours. I think it's good, except that it sucks.
Zack Snyder's feelings are hurt. Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon to Zack Snyder. That was the exchange.
Oh,
right there.
that's what just happened.
Yeah,
there?
that's
Okay.
the exchange.
Oh, it was an analogy.
Yes.
I see.
It was
okay.
Oh, I see.
All right, Shane. Dang it.
He's done it again, folks.
Oh.
I'm also dying, so I decided to breathe in some saliva. So if I start coughing violently, who to call. It's the doctor.
Ghostbusters?
I actually watched the Ghostbusters in Spanish class today.
Like which one?
The first one.
The original.
Yeah, the original.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, because I watched the 2016 one, which isn't good. It's the only funny part is Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
As what was it, Kevin?
Probably.
Kevin, was that the
But
name?
the funniest thing he did was when he looked at the fish tank and he says, "Fish tanks are just submarines for fish." And I'm just like,
Submarines for fish. Yeah.
I just looked at him like, okay, that's the only funny thing in this movie. So
Yeah, I
far.
feel like he was giving himself a break from all the Thor stuff, so that's why he did it or something.
Yeah, probably. And also his hair was cut, so that's probably why he did it, because he didn't have to grow dreadlocks or whatever.
Well, I don't think he actually does. I don't think.
I think he did originally.
Yeah, in the first.
Same with Loki.
In the first Thor.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston and Craig
Yeah, but
Hemsworth.
into darkness.
Into Darkness.
Star Trek and Thor: Dark World are different things.
Star Trek Dark World.
Yeah, or Thor into Darkness. Yeah.
It worked the
There's
same.
a Benedict Cumberbatch connection and whatever.
It worked the same.
Don't worry. That's one thing I've messed up since Into Darkness came out. They
don't-
came out the same year
Oh, they did.
in 2013.
And they
so-
both sucked.
No, I liked Into Darkness. I liked that.
Into Darkness wasn't as good as Beyond or the original.
No,
Or the first one of the new trilogy.
Yeah, no, but I still liked it.
I didn't like it that much.
Okay, moving on.
I did watch the original Wrath of Khan, and that was really good.
Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
Mm.
Starring William Shatner and the one dead guy.
His name's Leonard Nimoy.
I don't know his name.
How do you not know the name of the original
I
Spock?
just know William Shatner because he's amazing.
Oh,
He's Canadian.
no, I know the reason because it's just the freaking turkey baster commercial from State Farm.
Also that. All right. Less filler, more topic.
Because we're at the halfway point. We should.
About the halfway point. It's about. Wait 2 minutes and it'll be the halfway point. Should we just sit here in silence?
we'll just sit here in silence. Handshake.
All right, topic.
Welcome to the mandatory meeting.
And today's mandatory meeting is Avengers
Infinity War.
trailer.
Yeah, just trailer analysis. So we're just because the new trailer and the final trailer. As far as you told me this, right?
Yeah, I looked at some articles and they call it the final trailer. So
Okay. Well, we'll see if that's
we'll see.
the case.
We'll do another video. Totally.
Yeah. But
If
we're
it's not.
looking at all the trailers that they've released. You know, the first one that was released back in
In November. And it's currently
the end of November.
It currently has 100 million views, which is that a record for trailers? I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's the highest viewed trailer
Probably.
in history. So, so we're gonna look at that, and then also the little 30-second Super Bowl ad, because there
I
are
didn't
some
watch.
there are some new shots in there, but you know most of it's very similar.
I had Nebula in it. That
Yeah, but yeah,
got that out of the way. It's
Yeah.
over. Don't need to talk about that anymore. Just had Nebula in it.
no, Tim,
Ah.
you are not the only one on this podcast.
Then just say Nebula was in it, and then you agree with me.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then we'll just be done with it.
Yeah, restart. Okay, go ahead.
Nebula's in that 130-second trailer.
It's true, she is.
All right, done with that one. All
Closing
right.
this tab. But yeah, we're looking at the first trailer, and then, like I said, that Super Bowl ad. And I was gonna say, some of the shots you saw in the first trailer, but then some of the shots are like brief, like 1 second things that you
Yeah.
eventually see in the next trailer that they released today,
Today.
or yesterday,
Tomorrow, or a week ago for people listening.
yeah, whichever
Or maybe
day.
3 years ago.
It
Maybe
came,
someone's
it
listening to
came
this in
out
3
on
years.
March 16th, 2018.
Maybe you're listening to this on March 16th, 2021, and like, for no reason you're listening to this one.
And maybe you have not seen the movie yet, and you still want to talk. You still want to listen to like speculation stuff.
Oh yeah,
Well,
because
you've come to the right place, person
We'll be totally
from the future.
Who wants to bet that Captain America dies? Raise hand.
Tim raising his hand.
Raising my hand.
Anyway.
Because he's gone through a lot of hard stuff. As you see, his
so are we starting now? Is that right?
yeah, we're starting.
Okay, we're starting now. Excuse me. Continue.
So, you've seen his outfit that points out like in Age of Ultron, he has his Avenger tag right there. In Civil War, he removes his
Yep.
little
The Avenger badge.
Yeah, Avenger badge. But in Avengers Infinity War, he removed his star.
Mhm.
So eventually, he's just gonna remove his head, and then or Thanos.
I thought you were actually going somewhere with that.
Oh, Thanos will forcibly remove his head as he does in the new trailer, where he's like pushing on him, and he's like all anger face at him, and then Thanos will probably just like be like, "No, puny child," and just like.
You had me going. I thought you were actually gonna do something legit.
Well, everything I said is true until like probably the head
You
thing.
always do the punchline. There's always a punchline.
Probably the head thing is wrong, but everything else I said is true.
Everything he said up to that point is a valid point.
Everything else I said until his head will be forcibly removed is valid.
That is, yeah.
Is valid.
Okay.
But honestly, I think he's gonna die
So that's your,
Yeah,
your
'cause he's
number
like-
one, your number one contender
for death.
for death in Infinity War.
Yes.
Okay.
Next is
Oh man, you have like a list of things you
I
like
think
to
Hulk.
talk
I
about.
think I don't have a
Oh
list.
no, okay.
It's just kind of like me thinking like, who would be better to die here? Hulk. Do you think Hulk will die?
I don't like to choose
Because they can't do a solo movie for him.
because I haven't really thought about it, to be honest with you.
Oh wait, he can't die. I forgot. Because they can't do a solo movie for him, but they want to do like a 3-character arc thing for Hulk to
Mhm.
finish off like a Hulk story, which started in Thor Ragnarok and finishes in another movie. Or maybe it started in Ultron.
I would say Age of Ultron was where that arc,
So in this one-
arc really began.
So if it started in Ultron, then his arc ends in this movie. So then he dies. But if it doesn't end in this movie, then he dies in a different movie. Totally, that's totally gonna happen. He's not just gonna be like end a story where he like gets over himself being Hulk or something. You know, that totally can't happen. Well, because you see him as Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah,
Bruce Banner,
there's
sorry.
like I guess there's really only one shot where you see him as Hulk, and it's the final running
Yes,
shot
yeah.
at the end of the first trailer.
Where they ran. Yes, he's Hulk.
And that's the only time you ever
He's got gray pants.
maybe.
He's in Hulkbuster. Is that Hulk?
Well, my Cameron,
Yeah.
our good friend Cameron,
Kale.
has speculated that Hulk is in the Hulkbuster.
Really?
Yeah. No idea why. I'm not.
Cameron, I'm with you there.
I think you were being serious, right? Hopefully, you were being serious and not
Does
just
he listen to these anymore?
not just telling me. Yes, I think he does.
Cameron, I'm
I
sorry.
hope he does.
Cameron, if you do listen to this, I'm sorry for like.
because here's the
Saying
thing.
that.
Here's the thing. You know all those Wakanda shots?
Yes.
Tony Stark is in none of those shots.
Yeah.
Bruce Banner is in all of the Wakanda shots, basically.
What shot? He was on like a weird alien shot in the new trailer with Scarlett Johansson.
As true as that may be, As true as that may be.
What if it's just Wakanda? I haven't seen
Wakanda is inside.
He's
Hulkbuster.
inside.
I'm sorry, never mind.
Yes.
Yes, the entire country is.
You see, there's just a giant Hulkbuster. They just stuffed all the people in it like little mice, and they like made a giant body like they do in the movies or something.
It's dumb. Well, one thing I noticed actually when I watched the trailer for the third time, or even just the first time,
The third time. I only watched it twice.
get on my level, Tim.
Oh.
There's there's a shot of nice face, Loki.
Yeah, that's my face right now when you told me to get on your level. Well, baby Gamora, that's a thing.
Shot of Wakanda. Where did it go? I found it. Right here.
Is that what it looks like in Black Panther, or is it different?
So, okay, here's what I was about to say regarding this. This shot looks really good.
Yes.
Because it's this is like, I'm pretty sure basically all CG elements here.
Probably.
Like maybe the landscape they got from somewhere, but the buildings and whatnot, that's
Probably.
that's a CG element. Reason I bring this up is because I'm not sure if it was just because in Black Panther there weren't that many city shots.
Yeah.
But when there were city shots, it didn't look all that real to me. And maybe that's because of just the way the lighting was, because like basically all the city shots, like the sun was rising or setting. So the city was always in that like low sun on the horizon kind of light.
Oh.
And sometimes it
orange
just,
and purple.
and sometimes it just didn't look as good. And like I guess you can say, here let me.
He's looking up stuff.
A Black Panther trailer.
Third trailer on the fourth trailer that we have opened up right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Manape. I know who that is. Even
Yeah,
though
I really don't know what it is because like almost every single landscape shot in Wakanda is here they're basically
Yeah.
And that's not the best example because this is just a trailer and there are more shots in the actual movie.
Oh yeah,
but
totally.
You can maybe it's just the lighting. I don't know. But
Maybe this was made in city skylines.
yes.
But are those the same city? Because they don't live.
No, yeah, it's the same city.
Mostly. It's been 2 years. Or what time place? Does this take place right after Civil War? Does it feel like it does?
I think it does.
Yeah. Andy Serkis dies. I got that spoiled for me.
And now you spoiled it for people who didn't see it.
But what if they don't know who he is?
Google it. They'll find out.
Ian, you can edit that part out.
I guess I won't.
You won't.
I won't.
You'll just like put a censor bar just over it.
Yeah.
All right, back to trailer.
I guess maybe it's just the lighting or something because it's the same visual effects studios are working on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess maybe they just had more time to complete this shot or something.
Probably more money as well.
Budget wise, well,
probably not as much
I
money
guess.
as Justice League, but still more money.
It looks so fake and I'm not just talking about the mustache thing. Like all of the action set pieces, the city.
Did you watch it?
No.
Okay, good.
No, but I've just seen clips,
Okay.
like here and there, and it's like the background. It's like the green screen is so obvious in the scene, and like it's like doesn't look.
Don't you know it was Joss Whedon's fault? Says Zack Snyder, fan from afar.
Wait, no, go over to that part of the room and say that again.
I'm just gonna go upstairs and then.
Yeah, you can shout down from the stairwell.
Don't you know it was Joss Whedon's fault? Says Zack Snyder, fan from afar. Did I pick that up? I felt like I picked that up.
It probably did.
Okay, if it didn't pick that up, I just said the same thing.
Just said the same thing up the
That's it.
stairs. Yeah.
All right, back to trailer.
Back to the trailers.
As a Z, because it's cool.
Yeah. What else did you want to say?
Or
Or should we just go through frame by frame?
oh, we could. We'd be the nerds that go through frame
We
by
could be
frame.
like deciphering every single little thing.
Oh, you see with the panther's eye, he's looking off afar. So obviously that's a giant panther robot.
Do you think this is made out of vibranium?
I mean, if it is, it's a huge waste of natural resources.
Well, if you watch the movie, you find out.
Are the giant panther robots?
No.
Oh,
Sorry, that's Transformers area kind of thing.
I want giant panther robots.
But you find out basically the entire, like, underneath the surface is basically all vibranium.
Oh, really?
So
I thought they were going to be giant panther robots.
no, like
So
I understand you're thinking that vibranium is a like sort of a rare thing.
yeah, because everyone else in the world considers it rare.
You watch Black Panther, it is literally the underlayer of the earth in the country. Is all vibranium.
I remember the scene in Captain America. They're talking about vibranium. It was like, this is the only bit of it we have.
Yeah, but and when they said, when they're Avengers are in that conference scene,
Yeah.
right? And they're and Cap says, "I thought your father got the last of it," referring to vibranium. No, not at all. That's not what it means. No.
Is that Avengers 2?
Yeah, it's an Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
When they're talking about when they're about to go to
Wakanda go fight Andy Serkis.
no, Wakanda wasn't Wakanda.
I thought it was
They were
Wakanda.
talking about Wakanda, but they didn't go to Wakanda.
What do they do then?
I don't remember the name of the
It's
country.
probably Ethiopia. That's my next guess.
Age of Ultron location. It's probably just going to give me like shooting locations. Dang it. Well, it might give me. Well, they filmed in Italy for their Hydra.
Sokovia. Was
Fortress.
Sokovia just Slovakia? I feel like Sokovia was just Slovakia.
You want to say that to the Slovakian face? Yeah, it was South Africa.
It was filmed in South Africa.
No. Yes.
It was filmed in South Africa. So ask.
Well, I think that sequence does take place in South Africa.
Oh darn! I wanted to be Wakanda, with the boats in the desert for no reason.
See, that's what I originally thought, but I don't. No, it's not.
That's sad.
It's not the same thing.
Fan theory room.
But at the very beginning of Black Panther, like the king.
T'Challa,
No, his dad. What's his?
Senior.
T'Challa Senior. That's what it is now, everybody. No, he tells the legend of how it came to be, like a vibranium asteroid
Oh,
came and hit the Earth, and
did it kill the
so
dinosaurs?
all of the ground underneath Wakanda is basically just entirely vibranium. It saturated everything with
Did it kill the dinosaurs though?
No, because that asteroid hit in the Gulf of Mexico.
But it's the Marvel universe. It'd be different.
Tim, listen.
You're right.
You're wrong. This
What if they
in
go
the
back-
Zack Snyder cut of Black Panther.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe it did hit the Gulf of Mexico. It just moved to Africa.
Oh, okay. The tectonic plates,
Or it's just an asteroid, so it just kind of like swam.
Swam?
Swam.
No, that's not.
It could
Okay.
work.
Reminder: this entire bit there just came entirely from our conversation about whether or not the Black Panther statue is vibranium.
Or Panther robots.
No, it's not Transformers.
It's not definitely Transformers for the robots.
No, but like you were like referring to like giant robots, like
Yeah.
Panther robot. No,
There's Magic Godzilla. He's a giant robot shaped like an animal.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same because there are no actual giant Black Panthers in this movie to necessitate the need for a giant robot panther.
But what if they just want it?
For the sake of one, well, they could.
What if during Infinity War, the Panthers turn into giant Panther robots and kill Thanos?
Then that'd be kind of disappointing.
But then Thanos uses like the time stone to reverse time and kill them.
That'd be less disappointing. But at the same time, it's just like, he's built this up for so many movies, and the thing that defeats it is the character that's never been introduced until this movie.
And then the giant Panther is like the chief Avenger.
Yeah, replaces Tony Stark and Captain America as the,
Unless
Look, it's Vision!
Yeah, Vision in a hologram.
So we're referring to the hologram that T'Challa's sister is holding in this lovely orange outfit that
I
she
didn't know that
has.
was his sister.
That's his sister.
You need to watch Black Panther.
Yes, you do. This conversation and these trailers would be a lot easier to discuss if you'd seen the movie.
I told you I don't care for spoilers. Just head me out. I know who dies, I think. I know at least one character who
At
dies.
least one character. T'Challa dies,
Not
and
T'Challa Senior.
and then he got revived
With the time stone.
Yes,
Held by the giant
they
Panther robot.
got Doctor Strange to be like, "Hey, we lost the Black Panther, and we really don't want to find a new king again." So
You don't really want Eric Killmonger. Love that name.
no, he dead.
Oh, that guy too?
Yeah, come on. I'm sorry. I should say for you guys who haven't seen the movie,
Edit this out.
I'm really sorry.
Edit this out.
I could.
All right. continue on with the trailer. We're sorry for us ranting about giant panther robots, or me. So let's continue.
The fact that you haven't seen the movie.
I might
Watch it this weekend or something.
I might do that, but I'm out of money, so that's the problem.
I see.
I
Don't.
Don't. Ian's had enough of this day already. Ending the podcast right here.
Yeah, there's a little hologram
Because he has the
vision here. And you can see his nose. I just realized that. I just realized that. He's on the table.
That's the Vision's nose. That's the Vision's nose on the table.
Guys, we have Vision's nose. It's at the 50-second mark in the video.
This is us doing frame by frame right here.
Yeah, this is exactly what spams the spacebar.
The pause and unpause the button. Ooh, Gamora.
Okay.
And Star-Lord and Drax.
So
and Paint Dust.
So can I say so some more?
So
reap and sow. Handshake. Okay. Aliens.
They are aliens.
Because there's a scene in Black Panther. If you haven't gotten it at this point, I'm going to talk about Black Panther.
I'm gonna see.
If I've already spoiled it for you, I deeply apologize again, and I understand if you left. If you're still with us at this point, I'm assuming you. If you're with us at this point, I'm assuming you have already seen the movie. If you have not seen the movie or are still with us at this point, maybe you're just passively listening in the background. In that case, still thanks for listening.
Skip to the 48-minute mark.
Wow, we're planning ahead.
Yeah.
But that kind of, I'm assuming that kind of medical table, because Martin Freeman's in the movie, his character, Ross, the Ross character, gets injured.
Oh.
He gets shot. And the Wakandans use their technology. My mom feels bad for speaking earlier, and
it's fine.
And
she's all good.
She was just like, "Oh no, it's okay." We were close to the microphone and was able to pick up.
Ouch!
Sorry.
Rip headphones.
Sorry if there was momentary ear rape.
We have like 1 minute left. Go.
There's a medical table because he gets shot, and so they bring him back to Wakanda. And they heal him. Like all the gunshot wounds, and then like no stitches, perfect like seamless healing of his skin in the back. Because I think he was essentially paralyzed because there was spinal damage or something like that, but they were able to perfectly heal him. So maybe something similar to
Vision
that going on. But reminder also that Vision's body is made out of vibranium.
Oh yeah.
And of course, maybe there's going to be some interaction with the stone, or maybe because there's the shot in the first trailer that we got where like some creature of some kind is like, stabbing him in the head trying to get the stone out, right?
Probably the guy that ice pits Doctor Strange.
So maybe, and it may or may not be afterwards, but we're dealing with something where he's lost the stone, but he's still got the vibranium body.
Yeah.
So there's something that they can do with that because all the technology that you see in Black Panther is vibranium.
We have the technology.
We have the technology. Thanks, Cameron. All of the technology that you see in Black Panther is vibranium based. Everything.
Yes.
So that they could do something cool there. Okay, moving right along here. People exiting Milan.
Well, that was perfect.
Was it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, nice.
Welcome back to everyone that skipped.
If you did, yeah. Look at all these freeze frames of Robert Downey Jr.'s face.
Looking so happy.
This is what happens when you deal with Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt's amazing.
Because we're currently freeze framing in the scene where he's talking about how his plan sucks. And now we're going to speculate about what that plan is. No, we're not.
The plan is to kill Thanos.
Yeah.
Just straight up make a Panther robot and kill Thanos.
And then brief shot of Drax here.
Looking confused as ever.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Wait a second. Go back. Oh, no.
You should draw.
I'm thinking the Iron Spider suit's looking dang good.
It does look good. Is that the one from Homecoming?
What?
Is the Iron Spider suit the one that?
Yeah, the one you saw at the very end of Homecoming. This is that suit.
Okay.
It looks really good.
Oh yeah.
Just because it could easily come across as something where like in the behind the scenes look, he's basically wearing just like the mocap suit.
Oh.
So it could easily come across as something that is just like, oh my gosh, his head looks like it's floating on a. But that looks really good.
Oh yeah.
That looks really good right there. I think they also do a good job with Robert in the Iron Man suit. I'm imagining that this scene must have been very fun to shoot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
2 people in mocap and one guy entirely covered in makeup.
and the muscular Dave Bautista dude. Yes.
And Chris Pratt with like weird earring type things. War Machine's back on his legs.
He seems to be on top of things.
Yes. You pressed the stop button?
No, did you?
No.
There's one way out of here. You can see we're always ready to quote episode 3 on this podcast, or any of the prequels for that matter.
Or any of the prequels.
So this is another shot in Wakanda, I assume, probably like 99%.
It's Ethiopia.
Yes. So we got some things going on in the background here. This is like at the minute and 5-second mark. What do you think is going on there?
I think they're giant rhinos. I don't know. Probably just tanks or something. Or maybe that's just the cityscape.
Maybe. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Because we see these objects, right?
Yes.
And then... Oh, that was a very focused...
Now remember in the last trailer how...
Hold on. I can find it. I can find it somewhere.
Click.
I'm clicking on all the lovely expressions that the Avengers are like making when they're getting injured. So like I did the Doctor Strange face when he's getting stabbed with ice picks, and he's just like ah.
Benedict Cumberbatch is great either way.
Yeah.
But remember in the last trailer how that building just fell from the sky? That's probably one of those.
One of those.
At the 1 minute and 5
Oh yeah,
seconds.
this is what I'm thinking.
Teenager.
Like this shot that you see right here. I'm wondering if this.
It's a giant hand.
At 1 second. 1 second. 1 minute, 17 seconds. This. I wonder if this is still. I wonder if this is still in Wakanda, and those are the same objects that we saw.
No, I think that might be the scene from Thanos finding baby Gamora.
No, not this. No. Oh, you're referring to.
Yeah,
this.
The giant hands might be just from that same scene.
Okay.
Because you looked in the background of the scene where he's with baby Gamora.
Well, the reason I speculate that is because we have this thing crashing.
Oh yeah.
This object crashing here, and that's basically
what he has.
What's going on here in this scene is the aftermath of all this destruction.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Maybe, but I like what you said. Let's talk about Baby Gamora.
Baby Gamora, we don't have a face. We just have a green hand.
Large purple hand.
Large purple hand, green hand. We have Cable's large green hand. No, large purple hand, excuse me. And then we have the baby green hand. And then we have the purple hand later in that just same shot.
Then we have Hulk in pain. Oh my goodness.
Thor in pain. He's got bloody gums and an eye patch.
Hulk in pain. I'm sorry. This is what Thor Ragnarok does to you. You just blend all.
You make the
Avengers all together. Oh dear.
I want to just use. Ian was pointing out to me earlier today because I didn't notice it, but yeah. Loki. I thought Loki was like watching Thor like do that stuff, like just on his own. But no, he's held at gunpoint.
No, you can see he's basically. Well, maybe that's not a gun, but it's a weapon.
It's a weapon. He saw that weapon.
He's basically being held hostage.
He's held that
and he has to watch.
And it looks like that is the remainder of Asgard all dead.
We're going. I'm assuming we're going. Like from this shot in the first trailer, where Loki is handing over the Tesseract,
and then to the next shot where,
and then
Thanos just straight
to him,
crushing it,
doing crush. It's a pretty good looking hand.
It is a good looking hand.
Good looking hand. Nice job, man.
That's Sebastian Stan, nothing Jen.
Yeah, he's got a nice.
That's a generic black man, number 1 and 2. I like number 1 better.
Tim.
It's a
what if he's watching this podcast?
Well, then I congratulate you on looking great.
Maybe he doesn't know which one we're referring to. Is this one number 1 or is this one number 1?
He's the guy in the foreground. 1 minute and 28 second mark.
You weren't supposed to clarify. That was the joke.
He is the better looking of the two.
Crush.
He's better looking than that hand right there.
So
as well.
Winter Soldier's got his arm back, or
yeah.
rather, a new one, which
made out of vibranium.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean,
if your whole
for the fifth time, the entire the crust is basically vibranium. So now it's definitely indestructible, and Iron Man won't be shooting it off again. It also doesn't have a red star on it either.
He's not communist anymore. He's not Hydra.
Yeah, he's not one of those.
Even though Skeletor Hydra is superior Hydra. There's Black Panther with his Panther claws.
Yeah, and then there's that looks to be a damaged Hulkbuster in this shot because the paint is chipped.
shipped.
So
paint.
stuff has happened. at this
Stuff has
point.
already happened.
And then you can see the vibranium suit come around.
But now in that shot, it's not damaged.
And then what we see here in this next shot is
An undamaged Hulkbuster.
no. You can. I'm assuming it's just the brunt, but because you can still see some wear. So there's those vehicles again.
Yeah, they're vehicles. They're definitely vehicles.
Vehicles, yes. And,
Vehicular devices.
And what we're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen, at
Is a
starting
bunch of
starting a
xenomorphs.
1.5 second through, xenomorphs reenacting the Battle of Naboo from the Phantom Menace.
Except they can't get through the force
as
field
you
this
can
time.
see, the shield generator.
But is the shield generator made of vibranium? That's the question.
I'm guessing the power source is vibranium
Yeah.
based.
I do agree with me. Those minions do look just like the xenomorphs.
They
with
do look a
multiple-
little bit like Xenomorphs.
There's
Yes.
xenomorphs with multiple arms.
So we got Doctor Strange
Hopping
doing
on
some,
shields.
doing some great combat.
Oh, no, that's
no,
Star-Lord.
that's Star-Lord
Hopping on the shield.
hopping on Doctor Strange's discs.
It's playing frisbee golf.
Chris Pratt. Rumor has it that this shot was not supposed to be used in the film, and Chris Pratt was just jumping around on set, and they put it in the movie.
I'm not sure if that's real.
Who did? Who that?
That's just Pratt.
No, this.
It's just Pratt.
I can't see anymore. I'm blind. But who this?
It's Scarlet Witch.
Is it?
Or Doctor Strange, one of the two. I think it's Doctor Strange.
That's gonna be that's that like weird zero gravity things going on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know, when you have
Focus
the,
face.
oh, that's the ice pit scene, and he screams,
Stabby.
and the one alien guy just tells him to shush.
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 I don't want your pain.
Oh, you looked at the xenomorphs are killing the
Actually, now that I look at it, they don't look much like xenomorphs anymore.
the heads.
A little bit, I guess.
If the heads were more elongated and just like had a neck, then yes.
I'll say they look like xenomorphs when they were running
Yeah,
a little bit. Then that's just because of the shape that they were while they were running. But now that I know,
but you see, they look more like xenomorphs if they like the mouth and the face looks like it, but they don't have like the elongated head
yeah, okay, yeah.
or the weird tongue mouth
Where are these creatures from?
from the beautiful face that Thanos just made that you paused on.
How about this one from Chris Hemsworth? Great shot of red cape.
Ooh, and Rocket's in it for like 2 seconds. And so is
Rocket making.
Door to the 1 minute 12
Chris
second mark.
Hemsworth, yeah.
Door to the 1 minute 12 second mark.
Teenage Groot.
Did you hear James Gunn say that's a new Groot entirely?
Yes, I heard him confirm.
So
that.
real Groot died.
Sorry, guys. Let's go backwards here. See what we got. Yes, let's talk about the Iron Man's new armor, because what we got going here is, of course, we saw
His foot
a
become
little
one foot.
bit in our. Did we actually see that? Yes, we did. Yeah, when he gets whacked by Thanos in the first trailer. Oh no! My beagle's trying to raid the trash because he's a bored beagle.
He's fat.
So you see his new armor a little bit.
But in the
then
new trailer,
the
his-
Super Bowl ad,
Ah.
you witnessed the sort of bleeding edge type stuff. If I can find that, which I
You can't.
I can't. And something.
The entire universe. That's
Oh!
not a shield.
Hey,
It's not a shield.
there it is. Yeah, it's like the 17-second mark in
The Super Bowl trailer, it just
Yeah.
kind of melts into him.
when it's just
Just kind of melts into him. Hey, Beagle.
he's taking off glasses again,
As
as you
do.
see him do in the first one.
But in this one, his foot becomes 1 foot. Becomes the mega foot.
The mega foot.
The mega foot.
So have you seen the wing things?
Yeah, I've seen the
looking
wings.
things. We're thinking of something like
That's where the extra material from his mega foot goes.
but they're not out all the time, so it's just like I'm assuming just in the suit. Well, I'm imagining like an interesting interaction between him and T'Challa, because Tony Stark's gonna be like, "Hey, I got this pretty great looking, Iron Man suit."
He's like, we
And
can
like-
literally make you one out of vibranium.
But I was just thinking, when I got out of Black Panther, it's like the only one that's like really close to the technology that you see in Black Panther is just Tony Stark.
Yeah.
So and then you get the shot in the second trailer where
The mega foot.
or it's just a rocket because it looks nothing like a foot.
But you don't see it from the side, you only see it from the bottom. It's a megafoot.
Right, because feet are circular.
Well, you don't know what a megafoot looks like.
Well, listen,
It's
Tim.
sort of oval
Listen,
shaped.
in the Zack Snyder cut of Infinity War,
This megafoot didn't exist.
his feet literally molded into one. They
And he
taped Robert Downey Jr.'s feet together and made him shoot the rest of the movie like
The
that.
practical effects and Zack Snyder's cut of this movie were great.
Yeah.
We see Vision look even more scared in this new trailer as well. Because he's just always been scared in all the trailers. You see him like look sad at
Kind of fearful, you know?
You see him look sad at Scarlet Witch in the first one, and you
So
see
here-
him get his face ripped out in the first one as well. And
So
this one
here-
just still looks sad.
Let's take a look at this, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to cut to this shot right here.
He has no.
So we know we can assume pretty clearly that Thor is going to go on an adventure
Yeah.
with Groot and
Team
Rocket.
It's the new Team Groot.
For a little bit,
It's,
right?
it's the new Revengers.
So I'm gonna whichever shot, wherever it is.
Well, he's like
click,
holding
clicky,
up the things.
clicky, right here, right?
Yeah.
Where some people have said that he appears to be forging something,
It looks like he's
Like-
ripping something apart.
like a new hammer. Like he's pulling this together, right?
Oh.
To force something. That's what people have said. Now, we have in the Super Bowl teaser where he says, "Ready?" Right here.
Yeah.
And then we have this going on in here, where it looks like he's powering up a generator of some kind
Yeah.
in order to do something
Like
like
that.
forge a new hammer.
Possibly.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get his face crushed in by Thanos.
No, that would be Captain America's job,
Oh yeah.
as you've said.
As I said,
Earlier.
it's Captain America's job to lose the tag, lose the star, lose his head. Then he becomes.
Have I asked your thoughts on Scarlet Witch's new hair color?
It's kind of weird. But you know, Exile does weird things to people.
That's okay.
It's okay. You should.
Exile does weird things.
Captain America.
They didn't make that choice; it just happened.
Just happens naturally when you're Exile. Who threw that spear? Go back. I want to see who threw that spear. We were watching the first trailer, and someone throws a spear at, like, who appears to be. It's Aquaman. It's Aquaman. Confirmed.
Confirmed. But take a look at this. We'll find the where's Loki being this person.
It's a trident. It's Aquaman.
To the right of
Loki at the one
appears to be the
minute
same person throwing
the spear
at
Captain America.
Mr. Rogers
Yeah.
because she wants to interrupt his TV show.
It's Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
And
Aquaman
then
occasionally comes in.
Get this man a
Shield. But that doesn't happen in the same scene. That's like he says get the man a shield, then you see him walk out, but it appears to be the same scene where Aquaman throws his trident at him.
Oh dang it! That was a perfect. Sorry, I got.
You ruined the perfect shot. There we go.
It was right there.
1 minute
35 seconds
mark
approximately.
in the first trailer.
Chris Evans making a wonderful face.
The beautiful faces.
Punchy.
Like several faces in that one
Several faces.
second are beautiful.
Then there's 1 second of wait.
See, they look more like Xenomorphs close up as well. Talking about the creatures again, because we keep watching.
Yeah. Oh. Wait. Ooh.
He's murdering Spider-Man. Thanos is murdering Spider-Man. Spider-Man is new number 1 on the top list. Even though Spider-Man Homecoming 2 is already confirmed.
So
Spider-Man
so here's a shot for you, right?
Yeah.
He appears to be like in his sweater thing.
Yeah.
But here, we got ourselves a different looking shot.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure what the connection there is.
All right, Ian. Do you have any last points to make out? Because we're running this
Oh, I just realized we passed the
hour mark.
The hour mark.
We usually don't do that. Apologies for anyone
But when
watching
we
this.
do,
It's good usually.
yeah.
We usually don't spend 5 minutes on Panther robots, which are a thing.
I blame you. So there. Okay, there's that. Yeah, I'm just making some last second.
I like the shots where everyone's running like 50% of the time. 'Cause that's
Well, running's intense. Oh yeah. I guess last thing I'll bring up here.
also, all of Asgard's dead now. Probably.
Basically.
Maybe not Idris Elba, but maybe just everyone else.
Yeah, okay, I guess a couple more things.
Panther robots. I saw the Panther robot. Yeah, outside.
Like the people that worried that he wasn't going to have armor.
He has armor.
He has armor. Like
He looks cool with that.
They saw a couple seconds in the first trailer of him without armor, and then they just like a lot of people just assumed that was going to be his entire look. When you see him clearly with armor when he arrives, and what stone does he have right there when he gets on the ship?
That's the
Power Stone.
that they have for Nova.
So he's already been to Xandar.
He's already been to Xandar.
He's already been to Xandar, and
Which they reference in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. So he's been to Xandar, and now he's come to the ship and be like, "Hey, give me the Tesseract."
He's come to the he's come to the ship like, "Hey, give me the Tesseract here," and then he's gonna crush it, and then he's gonna go say, "Hey, where's the ether as well?" Because the ether is the reality stone, isn't it?
Yes.
And that he has two.
I'm sorry.
Second trailer,
We just got
minute
another
45.
Like this one really.
Second trailer. No,
Oh my
no.
goodness.
Take a screenshot of that. Make that the thumbnail of the video.
1 minute 45 seconds in the second trailer. Thanos like coming in to punch somebody. That really looks. Oh my. Okay.
Can we make that the thumbnail?
No, I'm gonna use something else, but I'll put it in the video.
Yeah.
When we get to this part, I'll
Try to put as much images as we can. Only this one especially.
I'll find a way to. Oh my
All
goodness!
right, it'll be in the video now.
No, but I was gonna say, the last thing,
That's fine.
yeah, the shot where Spidey is outside of the bus at the beginning. Sorry, no, I'm right.
Yeah. It jumps
Is
up
there anyone in the bus? Like, does anyone see what's going on here?
Oh, the bus is moving, doesn't it?
It's moving. It's on the bridge.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's about to web sling off the bridge. Is there anyone in the bus?
I think so.
In which case, who sees him do this?
Ned.
Ned. Yeah, just Ned.
Just Ned.
Just Ned.
Just the guy in the chair.
And then of course there's the
Fake names.
arm wrestle contest that Thanos and Captain America have.
Thanos is not happy. He's losing. And he only has 2 stones at that point.
At this point, it's just the
So it looks like early on in the movie, they do go to Wakanda very early on.
it's just the Space Stone
Space Stone and
the Power Stone. Yeah, at that point.
So he has the power.
And then of course there's the little Doctor Strange Spidey interaction there, which was.
Fake names.
But of course, the best part of this trailer is still the part where Star-Lord's just like, it sucks.
It sucks. And so does this part.
So I gotta find that shot again. Please click right on it. Nope.
Minute 45. There we go.
Got it.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
So we're moving on to R&HR. R&HR.
R and R guys.
HR, if any of you don't know, because I'm assuming there's so many people that don't know what HR is, because some subscribers don't watch this, some people, So I'm just going to say HR is our fan stuff. So if you comment...
Human resources.
Human resources. So if we have any fan questions or anything like that, we'll mention that. And if you comment something like, Hawkeye's the best Revenger, or Ian is dumb, we'll mention that in the next video. So basically, do you have anything for HR?
No, not really.
I'm going to mention Jake. He watched our Oscar video. He said he liked what we did. He was one of the 3 people that decided to watch that.
Thank you, Jake. Did not get very many views at all.
It's fine. We're not made for that kind of stuff. We're made for nerd stuff.
Yeah.
The Oscars is kind of us saying the same movies over and over again. And I did meet Molly this week.
Yes, you did.
And Molly, I just tried to reiterate that English, that even though I have not called you my hero in the classroom, does that be kind of weird? You're still my hero.
I dare you to do it.
Well, there's a bunch of freshmen, and freshmen are like the most judgy things on the planet.
Oh,
besides,
that's
13-year-old boys.
The subhumans?
Yeah, the subhumans.
Yeah.
So if I go up to them and be like, Molly, you're my hero.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to fly over well.
Yeah.
I take it back.
Molly,
do
you're
it.
still my hero.
We just want to maintain that.
Yeah, just want to maintain that. All right.
There we go.
Anything else?
No. But I think this is going to be the longest episode.
Yeah,
I
probably.
think we've hit our longest episode
Ian,
with this.
I have a plan for the next podcast.
Okay, let's hear this plan.
So, it's not going to suck.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be my plan.
Okay.
We're going to do it. You want to hear what it is?
What's that? Hey guys, it's Ian on the IT Department podcast. I'd like to apologize.